Hello friends, today I would like to talk about Catalonia or Catalonia as it is said in English, and Spain and the relationship between the two countries, and if maybe Catalonia should get independent or not. So let's get started. I have to say normally I'm left, but I'm also national. And that goes together in Latin America and the whole world basically, but not here due to German history and to the National Socialist Party, which belonged to Hitler, as everybody knows, and everybody can think why it is now something strange in Germany if you would be left and national, because it was Hitler's party. So I like seeing in the evening Telesur. By the way, the Mexican president now is also left and national. Okay, but they don't have television here in Germany, but what I can see here in Germany is Telesur from Venezuela. But I do not always like what they state, and for example, what they say about Catalonia, about the Catalan issue. So are they in favor of a Catalan independence or not? To me, it looks very much like this, to be very honest. Why do they support something of which the Catalans or the Basque have neither the legal nor, and that's more important, a moral right to do so? Nonetheless, they have, in my opinion, more right to split away from Spain than, for example, the Crimea from Russia. I have to admit this. But which is very a different topic, very complex, and I will go in this topic another time. Um, so again, I'm a fan of democracy, and nothing is more democratic as a referendum where the majority can decide, and that's democracy. So all countries that hold referendums, such as Venezuela or Turkey, are more democratic than Germany, which is in fact not democratic because a majority is against, for example, the euro, supporting Greece, the bank bailouts, wars where Germany participates, like the war in Afghanistan. So we have not a democracy, but we have a republic rather. And this only if our MPs did represent the people and did what they were elected for. But often they don't do this. Often not in Germany, and often for sure not in the United States. So they don't have a democracy, nor they have a republic. Okay, but a referendum, just like the Russians hold on the Crimean issue, does not. Unlike if Bavaria, for example, wants to get independent from Germany, or from Konya, where I live, from Bavaria, account to this issue. On the Crimea, it does not, as it was first property of Kiev. The Kiev Rus, how the First Empire was called, and which is often also named the mother of Russia. And only a short time and taken by a conquest by Russia. So there are two reasons for this. Only a short time and taken by a conquest. It belonged to Russia. So, if the Russians on the Crimean Peninsula want to go back to the to Russia, They can do it, but not taking a foreign land with them. It's not their territory. German regions were always independent, and there were even kingdoms. Just like Aragon, for example, in Spain, which was also a kingdom, unlike Catalonia, which was never a kingdom, which was never important, but they were conquered. Okay, not even Aragon wants to get independent from Spain. And the huge majority there almost hate these Catalans, as they told me when I was traveling there. Okay, but they were taken or conquered, as I told, by Castilla, by Spain. So they have somehow a right to liberate themselves, finally. But they were taken, they were conquered before Franco time. Franco tried to keep it as one Spanish state. And they told me there, he did not prohibit the language on the street, only on a governmental level, only on the administration level. It was good to learn it in schools, because it was spoken in many parts of Spain. And privately, they could still speak Catalan, they had Catalan newspapers even. So thanks to him, thanks to Franco, they have the industry now, and they are rich. This I was told as well. I did not know, I have not known before. Okay, and last but not least, the Spanish regions already have a huge autonomy. And Spain is in fact the most decentralized country in the entire world. They make their own social and the Basque, even migrant politics, which is both unbelievable. We don't have this in Germany. Even our countries were more important in the past than Catalonia. So the Basque, referring to the Basque, again, the Basque country is full of migrants from Latin America that comes there as tourists, work illegally there, and after 3 years they get citizenship. Everybody knows, but they turn a blind eye on it. While later on they can move wherever they want within the European Union. So, and after 3 years they get the citizenship. In Germany it's 8 years, but only if they had been here before, legally. Otherwise they would get punished or even deported. In France it's 11 years, but only if they were in France legally, of course. They cannot start with a fraud. So, for conclusion, I would like to say, always think carefully, reflect the things. If it's righteous for these Spanish regions to have their own country. We are only speaking about Catalonia, the Basque region, and perhaps Galicia. All other Spanish are basically against it. And even in Catalonia, more than 50% are against independence, but are afraid to go on the streets. So it's not only Andalusia which is against it, basically all. But in Andalusia, the hatred, we can say it, to the Catalans is huge. So, for example, 2 taxi drivers told me, half as a joke, a bad joke, it is a mistake, it was a mistake. The only two mistakes of Franco have been that he did not kill all the Catalans. Imagine. Okay, but also, as I told you before, in Aragon, in the north, neighboring Catalonia, and which was their own kingdom, they are against the independence and they don't like at all the Catalans. Nobody here likes the Catalans. Honestly, I spoke to many people. So I hope you got a good insight into this issue. You can form your own opinion. So see you next time. Maybe I can just came something to my mind. Tell you one thing more. Often it's criticized. They want to get independent, but they want to get the jubilation as a pension from athlete, which is not okay. For some people, this is an important issue. Okay, so see you next time. Bye.